Yo, what's up guys? So today we've got a finance topic to talk about. Someone who works at eBay is asking for advice on when he or she will recover their losses. It seems like they've made some really tough financial investments and they are down significantly, and they want to know when are they going to be able to recover their losses. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the title of this thread says, when will I recover my losses? Give me some motivation, please. Uninstalled RH and DK. I'm assuming this is Robinhood, and I don't know what DK is, but I'm assuming it's an investment platform. Going to max out retirement accounts and HSA every year consistently so that I don't F up my retirement. I think that is a great idea. Max it out as much as you can and get the maximum amount of benefits so that you don't regret it later on. He says, going to go with 80% index funds and 20% individual stocks. No more options. Sounds like you've been playing with some options, and of course that has a lot of risk with it. Hoping to hear some success stories of guys who recovered from similar positions. It's really stressing me a lot. His age is 26, his total comp is 150,000, and his net worth is 102,000. And it looks like he has a screenshot of his current portfolio. I'm not gonna give you guys the entire breakdown here, but it looks like he's lost quite a bit in Robinhood, about 5 figures. Roth IRA is down, E-Trade is down, Webull is down, DraftKings. So you're also doing sports betting, but it seems like it's not a huge amount, so that's okay. Okay, but first of all, I mean, I'll just say this. Dude, you're young, you're 26. You've got at least another 30 years of working life ahead of you. And the fact that you already have a net worth of 102,000, I mean, it's not huge, but it's also better than I would say the majority of Americans. So I would say you're doing great there. Making $150,000 at the age of 26. Dude, I can't even remember what I was making at age 26, but it was less than 100,000. So you're doing a lot better than I did. Now, it looks like you've lost some money on Robinhood. You started out with a balance of 25K and your balance is now 0. So you pretty much lost everything, which tells me that you probably were playing options in that account. You've also lost about 5 figures in E-Trade, bringing your total investment balance down from 11,000 to 0. So overall, you've basically learned your lesson the hard way. And now you've learned, and now you're going to invest in index funds, which are obviously a lot safer, and about 20% in stocks. So I would say that's a great learning lesson, and it's something that I wish a lot more people did rather than trying to get rich quick, because for the majority of people, it just doesn't work out. The other piece that I would mention to keep in mind is that if your company, and I don't know if eBay offers employee stock purchase program, if they offer that, I mean, that's pretty much making 15%, 10% off right off the bat. So if they offer it, take it immediately. I don't know if investing your money in eBay stock is a great idea. Obviously, investing in individual stocks should be a smaller part of your portfolio, but because you are younger, honestly, if you're investing in Apple, in Amazon, Google, what else is there? Meta, a lot of these big tech stocks, I mean, you're basically betting that these tech stocks will continue to grow long-term, and a lot of them do pay dividends. So if you want that sort of long-term appeal and you're not planning on using this money to buy a house anytime soon, then I would diversify a little bit and still continue to have a decent amount of your portfolio in individual stocks. 80% in index funds, that seems to be a little bit high just because you're so young and you have a long time horizon to go. And so I would probably be a little bit more risk-taking with that and invest in a little bit more of risky equities just so you have that upside. But you know, it's really up to you. You mentioned the HSA and the 401k, so that's a no-brainer. Max it out, do what you got to do, especially if your employers are matching your HSA dollars 1-to-1, or if they're also matching your 401k, that's a no-brainer. Do it, max it out as much as you can. The other thing that you should be doing, you know, just be smart with your money. You know, you mentioned that you have an account with DraftKings, and I know that sports betting is a big deal, and you can also do very well. I remember I was watching UFC with a friend of mine a couple weeks ago, and I think he made a bet on like 4 or 5 different fights, and somehow he got all 5 right and came away, I think, investing $100, and he walked away with like over 1,000, right? And those things are really hard to do, just the probability of it. And you know, these sports books are just like Las Vegas or just like going to the casino. You can lose everything. And the people who win are not the majority. Otherwise, DraftKings or Las Vegas would not be in business. So, you know, the fact that you have about $1,000 in this account tells me that you're not putting all your eggs in one basket, but just be mindful of that. And I think, you know, if you lose it, you lose it. If you win, use that money to invest it if you want to. The other thing you should be thinking about is, you know, don't get too stressed out. Don't be checking your account every day and trying to figure out, oh, where's my account today? Where's my account tomorrow? it's going to mentally just stress you out. The way that I sort of do it is I just put it and I forget it. And so my account, I do have a lot of individual stocks, but I also made investments across a portfolio of different tech companies and also index funds. So, I don't really care too much when it does drop. And a lot of my stocks have dropped from time to time. I remember, when Netflix was at $700 and it dropped to like 200 or 300, I was very shocked by it. But over a period of time, over the past 6 months, 8 months, it's gone back up to over 400. So there's going to be these peaks and valleys. There's going to be these dips from time to time. And if you're in it for the long haul, if you don't need this money immediately, don't worry too much about it. Overall, stocks are a great place to be in. And if you really want to diversify, of course, you can look at gold. You can look at a little bit of crypto. You can look at real estate, rental properties. There's just a lot out there. So do your homework. Figure out your risk tolerance, figure out, where you want to be and what kind of lifestyle that you want and whether you need this money now, and make your investments accordingly. Everyone's strategy, everyone's portfolio is going to look a little bit different. And so for you at your age, at the age of 26, focus on yourself, focus on your health, focus on making good investments, focus on your career and trying to maximize your earning potential when you're young, but just don't make dumb decisions like options, man. Like options is something that you can do very well, but you can also lose everything. I remember I made an options bet on silver and it didn't go through. And so, all those option calls that I had purchased pretty much went to zero and it just expired. And I learned the hard way. And I think I lost around $12,000. And the piece that I forgot to mention is that this was actually advice that I got from a family member. And I realized that, investments, stocks, business, and family typically don't mix. So it's one thing that I would just caution you about, especially if you're getting a lot of advice from people. You got to do your own research. You got to do your own research so that if you do well, great. But if you don't, you have no one to blame but yourself. Anyways, guys, those are kind of my thoughts. If you guys are watching this video and have other bits of advice for this OP, drop it in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.